it's over and over. And on top has the accumulate the aspiration prayer for freedom, future low realm, and for reborn higher on the fortune realm. And then finally, when they completed needed projection, a positive karma, and achieving favorable conditions, and then once chance opportunity, the rapid result in any one of these upper fortune realms. Tonglen meditation is also very powerful for avoiding the suffering of the samsara, and the Tonglen meditation is very powerful for leading us entering into the path of enlightenment. And particularly is the Tonglen meditation is most powerful for achievement completely enlightenment of Buddhahood, benefit for each others. Usually when we are having the faith with the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, the three jewels, that is the sign you are very close or you are real or Buddhist practitioners. Someone who doesn't have the faith to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, that is naturally is very separated from the Buddhist the traditions. So therefore, very beginning, if you want to enter into the path of Dharma, and then we should to understand the qualities, what means is Buddha jewel, what means is Dharma jewel, what means of the Sangha jewel. If you understanding the qualities of three jewels, and then it start arising aspiration faith to the Buddha jewel, the trusting faith to the Sangha jewel, and aspiration faith to the Dharma jewel. So the three faiths could be arising very logically. For teacher, Dharma jewel is an unsure possible path for liberation, and the Sangha jewel could be unsure possible leader to follow after the footsteps of the Buddha's teaching. So therefore, the three jewel is very important for Dharma practitioners. Then what is the difference, the definition between of the Hinayana tradition followers of Dharma and Mahayana traditions followers of Buddhism and Dharma? This very much depends to your motivation on top with the faith of three jewels. So the motivation means is having the cultivation mind of enlightenment or the generation bodhicitta mind. That means is leading you into the path of Mahayana traditions. You can division into the two categories. One is ultimate bodhicitta, one is conventional bodhicitta. So the ultimate bodhicitta, we only can just aspiration prayer, with aspiration prayer, generality upon the meaning of ultimate bodhicitta from beginning. But we cannot cultivation on actual ultimate bodhicitta, because ultimate bodhicitta is born from when you realization, when you will be realize the true nature, emptiness, or the true nature of selflessness of self, and true nature of selflessness of phenomena directly by your primordial wisdom, which means is you will be achievement when we attainment state part of a seeing. That is first bhumi of Bodhisattva. Then you can cultivation of the ultimate bodhicitta only when you reach path of seeing. Conventional bodhicitta. Conventional bodhicitta must be beginning from the ordinary, very ordinary people. You can cultivation your mind of enlightenment with the conventional bodhicitta. So this conventional bodhicitta, without the conventional bodhicitta, we cannot enter into even the path of smaller beings, because the Mahayana path we can division into 5: path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, path of meditation, and path of normal learning. But how we start first, entering into the very beginning is depend on your motivation. When you cultivated mind of enlightenment with the generation bodhicitta of conventional bodhicitta, and then we can start entering into the path of conventional bodhicitta. When you generation of bodhicitta mind must be with two point of the aspect, which means is the first in the text means I just quoted 2 lines from text. which means is you must be first the main motivation and attitude to benefit other mother sentient beings equally without any exception. The beneficial means is gradually from of a temporary benefit up to the ultimate benefit, final completely enlightenment, Buddhahood. So this is the first motivation. And then on top, therefore, better your wisdom to focus of the true nature, understanding the true nature of emptiness for completely enlightened, attain as soon as possible will be completely attainment state knowing knowledge, Buddhahood, for benefit sentient beings. With these two qualities, your motivation, one, especially depend to your great method of compassion. One is especially independent to the aspect of wisdom. So with these two, and that is the characteristics of generation bodhicitta or cultivating mind of enlightenment. We can divide it into another two aspects, into categories. One is aspiration bodhicitta, one engagement bodhicitta. There's two stages. The first stage, the aspiration bodhicitta, is more focused on the result, fully repentant result, which means it's a completely enlightenment of Buddhahood. And you can say Tonglen is giving, Len means is receiving. So Tonglen meditation is meditation with giving and taking meditation, or sending and receiving. Object of giving and what things are taking. So now we need to thinking between yourself and other. Giving means is one's own, means you need to considering your mind thinking on may wish strongly deeply from your heart one's own happiness, enjoyment, and the virtues, the merits, any of the good things is giving to other sentient beings. That means sending or giving. Meditation. Meditation means is taking from others suffering, the experiencings of others suffering, and the others of non-merits, negative actions, the misdeed karma upon of oneself. That is, we can say, receiving or taking. And do this giving and taking meditation, Tonglen. This is depend to your compassion and depend to our love. These two, we mentioned before this prayer on the four immeasurable bodhicitta. And the first one, may all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. That is the aspect of love. If you could can your mind cultivation on this energy very deeply from your heart, and then you can sending or you can giving your happiness, your enjoyment, your virtues, and your goodness to other sentient beings. But mentally, that's the better power of giving. Is must be depend to your motivation of love. And then is when we receiving, taking is dependent the second line, the prayer here. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. That is compassion. So therefore, if you have having enough strong energy of the compassion deeply from your heart, then it's easy. You can do meditation of the receiving others' sufferings upon of yourself. So therefore, giving is depend to your motivation of love, and receiving depend to your motivation of compassion. In meditation, when you start training or practice your mind at the very beginning, focus on your close people. Means your mother. Do visualize in front of you sitting, facing to each other. And then when you're breathing out, each time when you're breathing out, that time that's representing symbolizations, giving your happiness, your enjoyment, and your virtues to your mother. Anytime when you're breathing in, that is just symbolizations or representing may wish receiving your mother's suffering, mother's of the negative karma upon of yourself. More detail, giving and receiving meditation. And then you can focus the color. When you're breathing out, the air is in very pure sky blue, the sky color blue, or something very the pure color. That is just symbolizations your virtue, your happiness, transferred into appearances of sky blue air, the clean air, and this comes out, sending throughout from the red nostrils and penetrate into dissolving into your mother's left nostrils, left nostril. And when you're breathing in, that times is your mother's suffering and your mother's misted karma and transferring into apparent very unpleasant air, which means it's a very polluted, like maybe we can say brown color, or maybe it's the red and blue color, or something like this. And it comes out from your mother's the red nostrils and dissolving into your left nostril when you're breathing in. So just circulation going, your red nostril coming, dissolving into your left nostril and sending to your mother's left nostril and taking from your mother's red nostril, like this circulation. If you like detail, one pointedly focus on this giving and taking meditation there, because it's usually, generally, it's average. Everyone is, mother is most one of close, for us, convenient to giving your happiness and more convenient to receiving her suffering upon of yourself. That's more easy than other people. That's why we choose first on your mother. But in case some of you, maybe you have more comfortable some other people, like your brother, your sister, or your father, or maybe it's your partner, or who is more convenient for you than of your mother. In case you can, focus on this person. Anyways, we choose most one the pleasant object first, because then more easy beginning to start training mind with the giving and taking meditation. That times more focus on your bodhicitta of love, the infinite of love. When you're receiving upon of yourself from others suffering, that times more your energies cultivation on the bodhicitta of compassion. Friend, like mother or father or your friend, anyway, first the close one. If this very successfully, if you can training the giving and taking is no problem, you can have the courage, confidence arising, and then the second stage is choose the middle one. Middle one means not your friend, not your enemy, but normal, regular, normal person. Do visualize in front of you, sitting in front of you and facing them, and send like before, sending and receiving, sending and receiving with compassion and love. And finally become equal quality comes between your friend and the normal, regular person. You feel is same, as giving and receiving, and no problem, comes become equal. Even though giving, taking focus with of your enemy, this is most hardest, difficult, But even your enemy, just focus in front of you. When you're breathing out, giving your happiness, your virtues, and when you're breathing in and receiving from your enemy's suffering and mist upon of yourself with power of compassion and better power of love. See, even this is just meditation, training, mind training with our bodhicitta, and not directly we giving and receiving, but indirectly, cultivation on this motivation. So therefore, even just meditation is not easy. The reason, because we very much habituated strongly to the selfishness, self-cherishing, self-ego, ego clinging. We born since from beginningless in this samsara with this self-dualistic, the grasping or self-attachment is there. So therefore, ours is usually, you see, opposite, our motivation, opposite, contrary about this Tonglen meditation. That means is everything, some good things is for me first, Everything, something worse, and that is for you. This is normal, ordinary selfishness is like this energy. So, and going this bodhicitta of Tonglen meditation, and then totally is opposite, we're thinking, training ordinaries of the self-grasping, which is going to destroy, going to purifications about the obscuration of two dualistic grasping mind, better method of compassion and love, and with the Tonglen, the techniques of better Tonglen meditation. And then when become equal energies, giving, taking is between your friend and the middle one, and the enemies are no difference for you. Just meditation is you can very comfortable where you successfully you can training on focus. These three different types of the beings are for you equally. You want to share your compassion. Equally, you can receive upon of yourself from their problems mentally. So that means is your the Tonglen meditation is going very well. Only human beings. And equally for all sentient beings, finally you generally focus when you breathing out and sending your happiness, virtue. When breathing in and receiving from their suffering, mystic upon of yourself. Equally for all the sentient beings or 10 directions. Tonglen, you see these 4 immeasurable bodhicitta we mentioned you. The third line, may all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss, which is free of all suffering. That is rejoice. So finally, not only giving and taking, but you have to, should be rejoice about this activity. When you're receiving sentient beings suffering fully upon of yourself, and when you're sending fully of your happiness and virtues to other sentient beings, and the end, just your energy, very strong, the courage arising, self-confidence arising, that means is with the rejoice, so not sadly, so happily, joyfully, willingly, enthusiast, energy comes. That means it's a real effort and real patience, real bodhicitta start arising. We say bodhisattva means it's a heroine and a hero mind, mind of a heroine and a hero mind. That's bodhisattva. So real is coming these energies for you. So that's the rejoice must be. We very much attachment, desire with one's own people, one's own friend, and we have very much jealousy, hatred, harmful thought, angry easily to the other people, very beginning, this ordinary quality. But when you go into this Tonglen Bodhicitta meditation, training your over and over, and then slowly it will become equal energies coming between yourself or your people and others. That is the last, you see these 4 immeasurable bodhicitta. In the 4th line, may all beings live in the great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and the other distant. So this not only just morning board, very beginning we just prayer, better, speech. But if you training, follow the logic and reasoning, and then as again and again become more habituated, more familiarity, and then it's deeply from your heart, not only morning board. So coming that means it's bodhicitta, mind, the cultivation, mind of enlightenment is become proofs, progress. In the end, finally, just may reach all sentient beings equally, all the 6 realm beings, mother sentient beings are completely freedom from of suffering and the misdeed karma, because better your compassion, the better power of your compassion, and you received from them. And finally, all the sentient beings, mother sentient beings, gradually become ultimate peace and achievement of ultimate enjoyment. That because by the power of your infinite bodhicitta of love, kindness, sending, the giving, with these 2, receiving and sending and taking and sending, with these finally samsara become empty. Like better means all the mother sentient beings are leading completely enlightenment without better your Tonglen, like this meditation practice. And then finally yourself. Now the question, what happened? But actually because we sent all the virtues and happiness we sent to them, we received from them sufferings, misdeed over yourself. So now that means is what happened to yourself finally. So now the last moment you must be to do purifications about everything's off with you, the end. So this means is like in generation bodhicitta, the practitioners of Bodhisattva, the cultivation mantra of enlightenment. There's 3 different different stages. We say generation bodhicitta, like we say king-like generation bodhicitta, and cultivation mantra of enlightenment, shepherd-like the bodhicitta, the shepherd-like bodhicitta, and bodhicitta of Bodhman, like Bodhicitta, there's 3. So these 3 means is the difference is the king like Bodhicitta means is the first himself or herself become enlightenment, or with wisdom, everything's make strong enlightenment, freedom from suffering, misdeed karma, and then start to go and benefit others and they like kingdoms become like stable, strong, everything, and then going to taking care about the subject or so on, like king like Bodhicitta, that's one. And then the second one is Bodhman. Bodhman means is gathering himself and herself or other sentient beings together, gradually step and step, free from suffering and leading enlightenment together. Center, that's like Bodhman. Bodhman is cannot earlier and cannot behind, must be together cross the river or the ocean. Like example, that's the second example. And the last one, the third example is the generation cultivation Bodhicitta like shepherd. Shepherd-like means is the shepherd, the taking care of the animals. So the animals early morning they're carrying into on the mountain or where is nice water, nice grass, everything, and they protect about the animals, danger animals, so on, and everything they bring back. And then himself finally relaxed to go to shower, dinner, go to sleep. So that's the shepherd-like. So we're talking here is Tonglen meditation. The last moment is going to purification yourself. That means it's like shepherd-like motivation, like Manjushri, like Avalokiteshwaraya motivation. We should to do visualize in the center of your body all that the previous when you having the receipt from other sentient beings sufferings, misdeed karma, negative karma, all is open of yourself and your own karma together and gathering in black color. The energy is something is the black energy is gathering in the center of your body, and then these transparent appearances is one very poisoning scorpion brain brawn very poisoning the brawn scorpion arising in the means all the abandonment negative emotions, all the abandonment of misdeed karma, obscuration of contaminated karma, all the was we received. Everything's are with your self-attachment, self-grasping, self-ego, ego clinging. Everything's gathering is apparent is the poisoning, very poisoning of the scorpion, transformed into appearance of a scorpion of an animal in the center of your body. About our ego, our grasping, our negative emotion, everything's more danger than scorpion. Usually we're scared to the scorpion, the poisoning scorpion or poisoning snakes or the so on. We're scared, but it's our self-grasping, self-attachment, self-ego, ego clinging, negative emotion, afflictive emotion, disturbing emotion. These are more danger than scorpion. So therefore, that's just symbolizations. Everything's transformed into scorpion, and that's the abandonment of an object to the final purification object. On the above of your space, do visualize there are Shakyamuni Buddha, Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni means is Buddha, the quality, what is the Buddha? Buddha is embodiment of great perfection, of wisdom, the emptiness, and great method of bodhicitta, the compassion. So Buddha means is the union, inseparability, one test, the unity from appearances is the reflection body of enlightenment being of Buddha, but quality is just compassion and wisdom, but the finality, the great method of compassion, great perfection of wisdom. So that is the Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni from forehead, radiance, shining, very sharp, the light, one after another 100 times, 1,000 times, shooting, star-like shooting, dissolve into your body. From Buddha Shakyamuni's throat level, radiance, shining light of red in color, shooting star-like and dissolve into your throat. And from Buddha Shakyamuni's heart level, point of heart level, radiance, very sky blue color is shining or radiance, shooting star-like and dissolve into your heart, one after of another further continuously. And focus full of Buddha, very shining, radiant in multicolor. So this is radiant, the multicolor shining very radiant and dissolving into fully of your body. And particularly as this, all the light, the sharp, the light shooting star light is dissolving into the center of your body, which means is the scorpion, the black, the brown, the positioning of scorpion is burning, destroying, explodes from of the Buddha's blessing, Buddha's compassion, Buddha's wisdom, Buddha's empowerment. On your considering on the enlightenment, completely you having freedom about the obscuration of delusion, having freedom of obscuration of contaminated karma, free and freedom of obscuration of even to the omniscient, all knowing knowledge. That means is you completely finally just believe freedom of the result of suffering of samsara, and completely you will be attainment state, ultimate peace and ultimate enjoyment. What do your wish? I mentioned to you at the beginning, if you believe karma of cause and effect, so therefore you want to go into purifications about mystic karma, then Tonglen is the best one. Tonglen meditation is the best one method. For collection of mention you merits, also Tonglen meditation is most powerful for collection merits. For remove of your obstacles, we need to so many puja, prayer, protection, but as this Tonglen meditation is the best one protection for the obstacle too, And if you have sick, ill yourself and your friend or so on, we're having many different like puja, prayer, also medicine, Buddha or so on, but Tonglen meditation is the best, for one of the method to training. And then of course, if you want to, your life is livelihood is going very, so more peaceful, more happy life, less obstacles, less suffering, then do Tonglen meditation, and that is very useful. And then of course, your final goal, you want to enlightenment, completely achievement Buddhahood for benefit of sentient beings. That's the way, the Tonglen meditation. So therefore, this Tonglen meditation is everything, for benefit for everything, even just mentally, training and mentally, but that's very powerful.